Hey sidekicks, welcome back to another video. Unlike some other videos I've done, I've come to deliver you a first impressions video of the Tourbox accessory for tablets on Mac and PC. But without further ado, let's get right into it. If you're familiar with tablets and making art digitally, then you'll probably be familiar with keyboard shortcuts in Photoshop or Clip Studio Paint. Now, keyboards are great, but they do take up space unless you know your keys well or have a custom keyboard. But for all us regular folks, this is where Tourbox comes in. Now, I'm not sponsored by the company of this device, but I'm simply giving my first impressions and how it suits my needs. As you can see, the device has multiple tactile button surfaces, whether it's arrow keys, a knob, a rotating wheel, and all sorts of small buttons. I'd almost compare it to more a game controller, and you often find yourself grasping it like one. This layout lets you learn more quickly your keyboard shortcuts, in my opinion. Of course, it's easier to use once you take it for a spin. You get a preset set of controls which you can tweak to your specific shortcuts in the hub menu. By the way, you have to download the software from the Tourbox website in order to use it. Now, as for my own experience using the Tourbox, I think it took some time to get into the habit and playing around with the controls, but the fact it's modular and feels like a controller. Now, I did have a mouse to the side for more like executive functions, things like changing programs and all that, but for the most part I rested my fingers when I could on the device, and I'd say I'm getting used to it. It's a lot like learning a new FPS game and you're binding the controls to what best suits your playstyle. You may see I have buttons on my tablet which I use sometimes, mainly for just zooming in and out. However, the Tourbox is a bit more intuitive, and I don't think I even changed the zoom function on that at all. But also, you can bind or set different button combinations, more than one in fact, again in the hub menu. As this is my first impression, though, I'm beginning to like it more. As I look for solutions to make my desk more minimal, I definitely consider Tourbox a factor in doing so. It's very helping out in that regard. Overall, I'd say my outlook is that I could see myself using this a lot in my use of Clip Studio Paint and to help ease the use of making art in general. I'm not really sponsored by Tourbox for this video, as I said before, but if you want to check them out, you can check out the first link in the description below. As for what I'm making in this video, I'm working on my comic sci-fi manga called Duckling Star, which it's about a security guard working in one of the biggest water parks in space. It's a really fun romp, and I think you'd really enjoy it. I'll leave a link for that below so you can read on the latest chapter. In closing out for this video, I want to say I am slowly getting used to using Tourbox over time. I may make a follow-up video talking about how I'm doing, how my work is improving as a result of using it, where I still struggle with whatever. Maybe a month from now, but maybe have enough time pass for me to get a better picture. But right now, I feel like my thoughts are pretty leaning towards optimistic. Anyways, thank you for watching. Let me know what you thought about Tourbox and if it sped up your workflow if you purchased it for yourself. I'd like to hear about your experience and all that. And if there's any questions that you guys may have, also leave them in the comments below. And enjoy the rest of this time lapse. Take care, guys, and I'll see you again next time. Cheers, and have a good day.